the deal is these new changes, new setups. Trying to see if can you hear me now? We good now? Are we good now? Let's see what's going on. YouTube with all these new changes in no directions. Let me get a thumbs up if you hear me. If you hear me good. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All these changes in no directions on what to do, so I had to kind of figure it out on my own. Now let me get a thumbs up if you hear me. Thumbs up if you hear me. Pop this up. Let's get down to it. Still no thumbs up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? There we go. I think we good. We got a little volume in here. Got volume on my end. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Let's dive right into it. Again, YouTube with these new changes and whatnot. I had been streaming for about 5 minutes and didn't even know I wasn't on. So let's restart this. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to you guys. You know what time it is. Purple Kool-Aid. Good victory. Good victory. And I was happy we won the way we won because I was wondering if we could have a bang bang game with somebody. That, you know, a grinded out game or a game that we actually didn't blow people out. I was wondering how we respond, how the O-line respond, how the defense respond. And the 49ers are a doggone good team. A real good team. I didn't expect a blowout. It was a great game, man. It was a Super Bowl playoff caliber type game. And I hadn't even looked at the stats yet. I got the stats pulled up. So let's run through them together and see what the stat book looked like. Obviously, the score was 20-17. We got that field goal right there at the end. And individual stats, Lamar had 101 yards rushing. Ingram had 59. Lamar passed for 105. Not a great day passing, but the conditions were not good for passing. And some good catches by Ingram and Hurst, and some clutch catches to be correct. Some clutch catches to be correct. Let's see what else going on. Andrews with 6 catches for 20 yards on TD. I'm sorry, with 3 catches for 20 yards on TD. Hurst had 3 catches for 20 yards on TD. Nobody else had more than 2. Snead, Edwards, Seth Roberts, Boyer, Ricard, Marquise Brown all had one catch. And I knew with the way the conditions were set up, Marquise Brown was not going to be a factor because this was a game. This was a big boy game, a tough game, a game where you had to bang people, and Marquise is not set up for that. And apparently neither was Peters either. Peters weren't cut out for this kind of game either. So people gonna try to run the ball on the edge on us and at Peters, and we're gonna see if we can stop that. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. No interceptions. Cook finally got off the bench and punted twice, and DeAnthony was solid in the return game. Time possession is what I've been waiting to see. We won time possession only by 5 minutes. We had a huge lead up until Lamar's fumble. We had a huge lead in time possession up until Lamar's fumble, and they kind of closed the gap. But we still won a time possession. And did we win a turnover battle? Let's see. I know we turned it over once. They turned it over once. So turnover battle was even. So we won time. We was even in time possession. Won turnover battle. So that was good. Our drives: punt, touchdown, field goal, fumble, punt, turnover on downs, field goal. And that turnover on downs kind of scared me. Late in the fourth quarter, that turnover on downs kind of had me worried. But the defense stepped up. Defensively, Humphries led us in tackles with 7. Clark had 7. Clark had some big plays too. I think Clark got a strip too, a sack and a strip. And Bynes had 5 tackles. Jimmy Smith had 4. I really don't like the fact that it's so many DBs up here in this leading tackle thing. I really don't like that. That kind of worries me, but we'll get into it a little bit later. Let's see what else. First half stats, we don't care about that. Got it all done. So my thoughts on the game. Let's get into my thoughts on the game. I was wondering where the linebackers were. Early in the game, they was trying to run up the middle, and they were not successful. They kept trying. They were not successful, and that's a tribute to Pierce and Brandon being there. So then they started trying to run on the edges, and that's where they were successful. They got to the edge on us, and the linebackers were not where they should have been. They were not present when the guys got to the edge. whoever the alley players were, I don't know if it should have been strong safeties or linebackers, they were not present. And then once they got to Peters was back there making business decisions. He really didn't want to tackle the two running backs that San Francisco had. He was making business decisions. He got kind of caught off guard on the touchdown when he got kind of hit in the mouth by, I think, was it Debo Samuels? Oh, one of their DBs, one of their receivers. And that set up like a not physical game for him. Like he did not really want to be a part of the physicality that this game was going to take. So with that being said, later on in the game, I saw a little bit more Jimmy Smiths. When they were in sets that didn't require a bunch of DBs, I saw Jimmy Smith out there. Jimmy Smith was the one that was out there. I think their third down where Jimmy G threw it short to Sanders. Smith was all over that. Just when I go back and look at the tape, I'm gonna look to see where the linebackers and the force players were because they got too much yardage on the outside. Matter of fact, how much did they get? Mostert ran for 146, and I don't even remember him since he left Baltimore. That's just how much he's not been a factor. He ran for 146 on 19 carries, 7 yards a carry. That's not acceptable. As a team, they rushed for 6 yards a carry. As a whole, that's not acceptable. Not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. I see somebody talking about the bad calls. There were 2 critical calls that I disagree with. The pass interference on that was called on Marlon, and the pass interference that that was not called on Andrews. In my eyes, that was the same thing. In my eyes, that was the same play. They called it once, didn't call it the other, and it is what it is. I put it in I think it's in the description, Godson. I think the number's in the description. Let me check and see. I think the number may be in the description. If it's not, it'll scroll across there in a minute. We won though. I'm over here complaining. I'm complaining, but we won. We won a dirty game. We won a game that was muddled up. We won a tough physical game, and you can't ask for more than that. We made clutch plays in the fourth quarter. We didn't fold. Got some crucial fourth downs. Let's see, what were we on third down? Let's see if that's in there. See if that's in the stat book. Got somebody on the line. Oh, Godson, always number 1. Let's go ahead. We'll roll with him and go from there. What's up, buddy?
What's up with you, man? That was a good game, man. Damn, that was a good game. First of all, the ref was out there cheating. There's a couple bad calls, in my opinion.
Yes.
You know, but man, San Francisco is tough, man. I'm happy to pull this one out. I take an ugly one or a close win, even though it wasn't necessarily ugly. But I take a close win over a beautiful loss any day.
Exactly.
I'm happy that we pulled this one out. Man, I'm happy.
What you think about Peters, man? Peters play early in the game.
I thought that was offensive pass interference.
Yep.
He pushed him, and also I didn't like the call, the no call on Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. That should have been pass interference.
Yep.
I didn't like the call on it was another play. Oh, the call on was it Marlon or Jimmy when it was on the fourth down? Because that wasn't a catchable ball. So if it's not a catchable ball, and he wasn't necessarily, that was the in-game play. Like he wasn't necessarily there early. Like when they slowed it down, it did look like he got there early, but he didn't really hit him before the ball got there. Plus the ball wasn't catchable.
Right.
So.
My thing is, if you call that pass interference early in the game, if you call that call you're talking about, you have to call the one on Andrews, because it's in a sense the same thing. It's in a sense the same thing. If you call one, you got to call the other, and that's why people complain so much about the NFL referees. They're not consistent. They have zero consistency, especially later on in the game. You know, and sometimes it's be for our favor, but the calls early in the game are way different from the calls late in the game.
I'm gonna be funky with you, man. I do not, and And I ain't saying it like I'm scared or nothing. I ain't scared of these boys, but I don't want to play these boys no more. I feel like this is possibly the only team that might consider for real, like in the Super Bowl. Like when it comes to the Super Bowl, they hold the biggest threat, in my opinion. Everybody else I'm not scared of, but I feel like they defense got the tools to kind of keep up with it. So
them boys good.
Play them no more. We beat them. That's it.
Them boys good, man. They tough.
Yeah, they nice.
They good. If we were not a run heavy team, which kind of neutralized their D line, they get after people. Like teams that like to throw it a lot, they can get pressure with them 4 guys and don't have to blitz. And that's how they beat people in the NFC, because when they get behind, they got to throw. Them 4 guys get after the quarterback, and they kind of had to play run today. They had to play run, so they just didn't have to get a chance to pin their ears back and get after it. But Bosa, and then with the other okay guys they got, make them all good. And then Richard Sherman leading the back end, they tough now. They 10-1, well 10-2 now for a reason. They 10-2 for a reason.
10-2, man.
They 10-2 for a reason.
That's crazy. We 10-2.
Exactly.
Off 2-2.
Exactly.
Man, look, this is a beautiful season. Lamar did his thing for real as always. I like Lamar, man. When he messed up for real, he hold himself accountable for that.
Yep.
I'm seeing him like going all the way to the sideline, kept hitting his chest
for the fumble.
Yep. Over.
Yep. But I'm not gonna say I'm mad at him for that, because in the 7 games he played last year, he had probably 15 fumbles. Maybe not 15 that he lost, but maybe the ball hit the ground 15 times. This is the first time all year.
Well, definitely. And then not only that was just a hell of a defensive play on what it was, 36.
Whatever. It was a great play. It was a great for one. For one, it was a great play to get off the block of Andrews. 2, to make the tackle, and then 3, to make the strip while making the tackle. So you got to tip your hat to that guy.
Definitely. Last thing, man, I'm gonna get off the phone on this. I do want to say they kind of dirty, man. They was trying to get Lamar out of there.
Yeah, they were. Ain't no kind of I could tell their game plan was to hit the QB at every time they could, because that's what they were doing. Their game plan was to take shots on Lamar and maybe get him out of the game late. And that hurt them really, because we kept getting the PI calls. I mean, not the PI, the roughing the passer calls, and they kept some drives going for us.
Yep.
But you got to think about it. Lamar's starting to elevate his status in the game. So some stuff they're not gonna call on other people. They're gonna call on him because he's must see TV. So he's gonna start getting the treatment that some of the other quarterbacks get now.
That TB treatment, that TB 12 treatment.
I ain't want to say that, but that's why I was leaning to.
Man, if he get that, man, we're gonna win a lot of Super Bowls. That's all I got to say. If he get that treatment, we're gonna win a lot of Super Bowls.
You see, they called the flag him on the sideline, and dude hit him way inbounds. They picked it up, but still.
I ain't gonna lie. Live, it looked like it was a dirty play.
Mm-hmm.
But when they replayed it and they slowed it down, you could see it was an inbound. But still, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted that. Just because I'm still mad about the Mark Andrews play.
Yeah.
Don't hold us on that. If you ain't give us that, just give us this. It could be a wash. You know what I mean? So,
mm-hmm. We got holes on it, definitely. But the fact that our DBs our defensive secondary is so versatile, they realized that 49ers were trying to run the ball, and they were trying to run it on the edge towards Peters. So they took him out, put Jimmy in, because Jimmy will come up and tackle. And he's able to cover good enough. But, man, I can't give the 49ers enough credit. Them dudes good, man.
Yeah, them boys good. And next week ain't no pushover game either.
I know.
After next week, I feel comfortable. But next week ain't no pushover because
the Bills good too.
10-2. They 9-2.
9-3. 9-3.
9-3.
Yeah.
9-3. Okay.
The Bills good too.
Yeah, I mean, you know they got Smokey up there. Smoke.
Yeah, I know. And you know he gonna want to get some revenge. It's gonna be tough though.
Definitely.
It's gonna be tough.
Definitely.
And that game is in Buffalo. So, but I think we built for the weather. So it can snow or do whatever. I think we ready for it.
Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo,
Buffalo
yeah.
or Baltimore?
No, it's in Buffalo because they played at home today. I think all of their games are alternating. Home away, home away, home away.
It is. It
So,
is, and that's because we got the Thursday night game against the Jets. That ain't nothing. I mean, not to say it ain't nothing, but they just lost to
the Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Yep. And for some reason, I picked the Bengals because, and this was my logic. Andy Dalton, they was putting him back in the lineup, and I was like, Andy Dalton ain't gonna go out like no chump. He gonna fight for his job. And I don't know how the game played out. I just know they won.
But they still in good position for the number one spot because I think Miami won too. So Miami beat the Eagles, which I did not see coming.
Really?
Until it actually happened. I think Miami beat the Eagles, unless they came back because it was like 2 seconds left.
Wow.
I stopped watching it.
Wow.
The Eagles had the ball.
Okay.
So,
Well, yeah, I'm gonna check it out when we get off here. I appreciate you, man. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, same to you, man. I'll call you next week after that dub.
All right, with your Kool-Aid on deck.
All right, definitely, man. All right, man.
Later. All right, that was Godson calling, which he always comes through. Line open for anybody else that want to call in. You know, we got what? How long we been on here? For 23 minutes. Probably gonna go for another 25 minutes or so. I really want you to hear what you guys think of the game. You always listen to what I got to say and my thoughts, and you put your comments in the chat box. This is your time to call in, get it off your chest. How happy you are, how excited you are, things you liked about the game, things you disliked. This is your time to call in. We can have a personal conversation and go from there. The number scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you hit the like button also. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. While we got a little time in there, I know you guys heard me on Ken's podcast last week. And the thing is, my big thing with receivers is no block, no rock. So I got a little shirt now that's patent with no block, no rock on. Is in my Teespring. I'll throw it up on Twitter, sometime later on today. But if you get a chance, holiday season coming up, have your no block, no rock t-shirt. And I'm waiting on mine to come in also. I ordered the first one, just waiting on it to get here. When it get here, I show it to you guys. Let's hit the comment section real quick, though, until we get another call. Lamar still MVP? Most definitely. Did the Ravens sweep the NFC West? So beat Seattle, beat Arizona, beat San Francisco. Who else is in the NFC West? I know it's 4 teams. No, not the Chargers. Beat Seattle, beat San Francisco, beat Arizona. I don't know who the other team is in the NFC West. I can't remember. But anyway, we beat those 3, and those are 3 main ones I could think of. No doubt they were looking to hurt Lamar. Yeah, but I definitely think they were looking to hurt Lamar. We got the NFC. Oh, Swift sweeper. The Bengals won. Upset of the week. I picked the Bengals. Got a little change coming my way. Lamar's a big guy. He can take hits. Do you really think Brady them in Foxborough? Yeah, I think we can beat Brady them in Foxborough. I do, because we run the ball. We run the ball and play defense. Those things can travel to any weather. It could be hot. It could be cold. It could be wet. It could be snowing. It could be some kind of weather situation I never heard of. Running the ball and playing defense translates to in any weather. Any. That's why our game plan didn't change much because of this rain. 49ers wanted to throw it a little more, but they couldn't because of the rain. Our game plan didn't change much. Didn't change much at all. It was number 1 seed. 49ers felt like they've been on the physical team. 49ers was real physical. Like Godson said, scary physical. Like matched our physicality. The only team that matched our physicality is the 49ers so far, I think. Carlo? Big trust, baby. Big trust. Big trust. Big trust. Big trust. 3 games, 11 days. For us, it might be tough. Especially as physical as we are. 3 games in 11 days. So I need to get that rest. We play Monday night, play Sunday. And we're playing Saturday night? No, not Saturday, because it's a big game for college Saturday. So we'll play next Sunday. We good. We good. Who left going to beat the Patriots? I think the only team got a shot at beating the Patriots is the Texans tonight. And I don't have the Patriots played the Bills yet? Patriots played the Bills. I'm not sure. I know they have to play them twice. I'm sure they played them once already. But I think the only team that has the shot to beat them is the Texans, and they play them tonight. So that's gonna be an interesting game. But if the Texans don't win that game, we may just have to settle for number two. Miss Sandy, who are my top 5 teams? My top 5 teams. What up, Vach? My boy, my guys in the chat box. What you doing over here? Spreading the word. We got one of my good friends, my Cowboy fan in here. Eagles support. Eagles helping y'all out, I see. But my top 5 teams. Baltimore, San Francisco, New England. The Bills. That's 4. So Baltimore, San Francisco, New England, the Bills, and Seattle. That's my top 5. Baltimore, New England, Buffalo, Seattle, and I forgot the 5th one just that fast. In no particular order. Obviously, I think the Ravens are number 1, but that is what it is. But the other 4, no particular order. Again, phone lines open, waiting on you guys to call in. Again, if you don't know, if you haven't heard, I'll be at the Steeler game early. That's the last game of the year. I don't know how much we're going to play starters or whatnot that game. Hopefully, Oh, I forgot about the Saints, Miss Sandy. I did. I forgot about the Saints. Let me revisit that. Let me look at my list again, and I'll come back to you. Give me 2 minutes, and I'll look at my list and come back to you. But I'll be at the Baltimore versus the Steelers game, and I don't know what kind of impact it's going to have. Maybe we still playing for the number 1 seed if somebody can knock off the Patriots, but we'll see. Henry Jeans, the Bills good, man. The Bills are good. Yes, the Bills are good. But let me look at my list and give you a for real top 5 so I can see everybody that's playing and whatnot. I don't want to leave nobody out. Give me 1 second. And again, make sure if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Also hit that like button. Let's see. So Rams, no, OKC. So we go New England. New England is up there. This is no particular order. Seattle's up there. That's 2 of them. Of course, Baltimore. That's 3. 49ers 4. And Saints are up there also. The Saints are right in that mix. Minnesota's right in that mix. Who else? And I'm still scared of Kansas City. Kansas City still scares me because they score so fast. Even though their defense ain't really worth a flip. They score so fast. So this is my solid top 5. Baltimore, San Francisco. Baltimore, San Francisco. Those are the top 2. New England, Saints, and between Minnesota and the Bills. No, Seattle, because they only lost 2 games to Seattle. But the Bills good. We can't sleep on the Bills, man. Can't sleep on the Bills. What 4 o'clock games we got going on? Arizona and the Rams, Denver and the Chargers, KC and Oakland, and then the night game. So the Monday night games gonna be the 2 night games gonna be good this week, which is something we normally don't get. Sunday night's gonna be good with New England and Houston, and Monday night's gonna be good with Minnesota and Seattle. But big win. Tuck come through in the clutch. I was nervous. I really was nervous. Tuck came through in the clutch. And he looked nervous when they zoomed in on him. I don't know why. But he came through because he's Tuck. We got the best kicker in the game. And our time management was good when we got the first down right after the 2-minute warning. We milked the clock. We either going to win it or we're going overtime. So that's good by Harbaugh. We harp on it. When he goes for it on 4th down and when we don't get it and whatnot, we give him the bad and we own his case and all that. But when he make good calls, we got to give him his credit also. So Harbaugh did a good job in that going forward. Whoever ideally was to make that decision. And then we just milk the clock now. Milk the clock down. I think the announcers kept saying nobody really made it for no kicker in pregame made it past 50 yards. So we got it close enough. What was the yardage on the game winner? Somebody put it in the chat box for me. Whatever the yardage was on the game winning field goal. Because it was under 50, but not, it was real, it was hairy. It was hairy. I appreciate it, Henry. I appreciate it. That's a better top five. I appreciate it. What's up, Billy Madison? Again, let's see what we got next. We got Buffalo coming next, and who did they play this week? Who did Buffalo play? Buffalo beat the Cowboys. Yep, Buffalo beat the Cowboys. Buffalo beat the Cowboys, and that game was Buffalo's pretty physical too. Buffalo's pretty physical too. So off the top of my head, the three most physical teams in the league are Buffalo, San Francisco, Baltimore, and maybe you can throw Seattle in there as far as physicality. I'm looking at the list of teams across the top of my screen, and I don't see another team that's that physical on offense and defense as Seattle. Maybe Minnesota. And I'll check them out more tomorrow when I watch that game. But the most physical teams that are kind of built and set up to win because the weather's changing, I'm going to say Buffalo, San Francisco, Baltimore, and Seattle. Everybody else on here looks kind of finesse-ish. I know I just made that word up. Finesse-ish. That's better. But those, Miami beat Philadelphia. Oh my God. So that's why Voss jumped in. Philadelphia out there point shaving. Knowing that last game of the year. I think the last game is not Buffalo. The last game is Philadelphia and Dallas. So they're going to be super lit for that game. Super lit. Tennessee's physical offensively with Henry running the ball like that. I don't know how physical they are defensively. But I haven't seen them play either. Tennessee is definitely physical offensively because Henry runs over, around, and through people. Again, don't forget the phone line's open for another 15 minutes or so if you want to call in and talk about, our game or any of the other games that didn't happen this week, or our future, or who played well, who didn't play well. Ring the line. I'm here for another 15 minutes or so. Buffalo in that weather, we can actually, definitely, Sam. We don't want to sleep on Buffalo. Buffalo is, again, like I said, one of the most physical teams out there. It's a home game for them. The weather's probably going to be bad. And they strive. They live for that. They live for it. What's up, Coach? 49ers had a bounty on Lamar. What you think? I don't necessarily think they had a bounty. But their game plan was to hit him. Their game plan was to put licks on him to try to slow him down. That was in their game plan, to put licks on him and slow him down. That's, so I don't want to go as far and say bounty, but they definitely wanted to hit him and slow him down. So, but I don't know if you could do that. This dude, he don't take a lot of hits. He took about 4 hits today that really scared me. But that's the first time I've seen him take more than 2 hits or maybe 1 hit in the game that kind of made me cringe a little bit and hope he get up. There was one play where they read Bosa. Bosa went for the dive, and Lamar pulled it to go run. And when he went to run, somebody from like one of the safeties popped out and was in his alley. So he decided to hit it back up in the middle, and Bosa tackled him from the back while that safety kind of was coming up to hit him. And that's the only play where I was like, get up, please get up. But other than that, he don't take a lot of licks. He gets tackled, but he don't take a lot of licks. And that's the good thing about it. Nasty conditions, playing a very good team, find a way to win. That's a good team evolving to a great team. E-Love is real. That's what I said from the beginning. I agree with you 100%. Because we have been blowing people out and, been just chilling in the third and fourth quarter. And so in the playoffs, all these games going to be tough. They're going to be hard-nosed. They're going to be close. And we got to learn how to win games. And that's what today was, a stepping stone toward that. Against probably, on paper, in the record, the first or second best team in the NFL, because they were 10-1, they were 9-1, and New England has lost 1 game also. But we've beat the 2 best teams on paper And no, 3, because Seattle's 9-2 also. We've beaten the 3 best teams on, like as far as record on paper. We've beaten Seattle, we've beaten New England, we've beaten San Francisco. So I'm happy with where the team's going. I don't know where I saw this earlier, but the question was asked, have we peaked too early? I don't know if it was on somebody sent it to me, or I saw IvanEvans talking about it, or somebody they was asking, have we peaked too early? I don't think so. I don't think we've peaked yet because we have not gotten the receivers in the game consistently. So I still think that's another part of the game that's going to even open up the running game even more. And I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't see a deep ball this game. Not one. I didn't see one deep ball, not one throw over, like in the air over 20 yards. I know we had some run out the catch and some other things going, but I didn't see not one throw from us over 20 yards in the air. If correct me if I'm wrong in the chat box. I think Andrews got some yak on a play, and his touchdown may have been 20 some odd yards, but that was mostly in the red zone and whatnot. But as far as deep balls to Hollywood or to Chris Moore or to Seth Roberts or even what's our rookie name, Miles Boykin, you didn't see any of that. Now also on one of the plays that kind of made me mad during the game, Sherman almost got a shot on Lamar because Hollywood didn't block a soul. That bothered me. That really bothered me. Hollywood, if you gonna play, cuz you got to put your body. I know you ain't the biggest, but the effort got to be there. I don't know if you just ran around and forgot to block, or you just in your mind, hey, I ain't blocking this dude. You got to protect Lamar at all costs. So that means your butt got to block. No block, no rock for you also, buddy. You not immune. And we know you small. Put your ball me man, as one of my coaches say, and I like the phrase, ball me man. So if the ball is behind you, you need to be between the defender and whoever got the ball. So Hollywood, me to you. I know you ain't listening, but hey, can't say I ain't tell you. We are the kings of the North, kings of the AFC North and the AFC West. We swept them, so we did sweep them. Who's the fourth team in the AFC West? I mean the NFC West. I couldn't think of the fourth team. I got Seattle, I got San Francisco, I got Arizona. Who was that fourth team in the Rams? That's what it is, the Rams. Y'all told me earlier. I'm sorry, the Rams. That's what it was, the Rams. But so yeah, we swept all of them, and I don't think none of them games were close except for this one. The Seattle game was pretty tough. And now that I think about it, that division is pretty tough with those 4 teams in it. Because Arizona has gotten better since we've played them. They San Francisco, they gave San Francisco all they could handle. Arizona did twice. Gave San Francisco all they can handle. So that division is pretty tough. Let's see. Who has a cupcake division? New England. New England has a cupcake division. And our division looked kind of cupcake-ish. What did the Browns do? Did the Browns get to 500 today? The Browns lost to Pittsburgh. Okay, so Browns didn't get to 500 either. So they're under 500. But, hey, it is what it is. So what we're going to do is I got a lot of material coming up for this week. We got some positives we can look at. We got some negatives we're going to look at. We got just a bunch of good film, man. And if you guys did not, I did one late last night when I got back home. And it was on Lamar's last week being 7 for 7 on third down. So if you get a chance, check that out. And like I said, I know it was late. I think I finished it right around midnight last night. But hey, go check that out also while you wait on the new stuff to come out, which will probably be out Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday. Then my Patreon people, I'll be back on there for you guys. Definitely Thursday or Friday with your own video. And you guys are probably going to have the best video this week. So I'm going to say the best content for my Patreon subs and get them back on track because I didn't get a chance to get them anything last week. The call-in number is scrolling across the screen. Let's see if we can throw it in there real quick. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. Maybe it's in the description. Should have been in my description. Let me see. It's normally in the description. Okay, I just typed that up there myself. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. I guess I took it out for some strange reason. Guess I'm doing too much. That's the number. You need an access code also. The access code is 918 914. There it is. 918 914. That's what you need. So if you want to call in, I got about maybe 10 more minutes left to get to give you before I have to go do my own little thug thizzle. Oh yes, let's talk about that. Lamar breaking number 24 ankles. Man. So what happened was Lamar pulled the ball on one of his, zone reads or whatever they call it. And he went to hit it up in there right off the tackle, and 24 dove in with the form tackling, and that boy ankle basically flipped upside down. So it went from here to here while he was trying to go back the other way. Man, that Lamar gonna have these people out here, on IR. For him to be able to do that in the rain is crazy. It's crazy. This dude moves like I can't say what he moves like. I've never seen anything move like him. Now, I did say this once before, and I kept it to myself, but the announcer said it today. He moves like Barry Sanders at quarterback. I said that once before, and I don't think I said it on any live or whatnot, but I know with my thoughts, I said it. But the announcer said it today, he moves like Barry Sanders. There's only two people that move like that, Barry Sanders and Lamar. It is crazy. Crazy. It's wow. This dude is crazy. Oh, another shout out to Ray Lewis for making the top 100 players. Another shout out for Ray Lewis making the top 100 players. I'm assuming, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say Ed Reed make it too, and Dion better make it, or I'm gonna just flip the table over. If Dion don't make the top 100 players, I don't even put me in that mind frame. And just so you didn't know, if you don't know, I think Dion is the greatest player to put on a pair of cleats. Debate if you want to. I think Deion Sanders is the greatest player to put on a pair of cleats. Okay, we got a call on the line. Who we got here today?
Yeah. Is this me?
Yeah, it's you. Who we got?
Yeah, it's Mercado, man.
Okay, how you doing today?
Chat. Hi, I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to call in. Today, Lamar put this team on his back, man. Without Lamar making those runs, we weren't going to win this game. And today we play championship playoff football. That's what it's going to look like. That's the kind of games we're going to have to win.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Because they stuffed the running back runs for the most part. And we weren't really going to pass much because they got a good set of DBs back there also. And we couldn't just drop back and pass. Because I don't know if you know or not, but we not the greatest at just straight drop back passes. And their D-line is pretty darn good. So Lamar took it upon himself to make little runs here, do little nuanced things to win the game.
Yeah, that's basically what it came down to, man. But it was pretty awesome for us to see our O-line completely shut down that defensive front, because I was honestly afraid of that, afraid of all those first-round picks coming across that line. But apparently Macari fits in perfectly for Skura.
Right.
There was no drop-off at all that I saw.
He's done a great job in the game and a half that he's played. I'm thoroughly impressed with him. Was nervous when he went in, but he's done a bang job, because last week they Aaron Donald was basically missing in action, and then these guys this week were I ain't gonna say we stopped them, but we had them in check by running the ball.
Yeah, for sure. You didn't see Joey Bosa in the back too much, man, coming after Lamar.
And I actually saw him make one tackle, and that's the tackle I mentioned earlier. That he got kind of red on the zone read and came back and chased the guy down. But other than that, I didn't.
He was from what I saw, with Mark Ingram. They did a good job of stopping Mark's runs up the middle that he normally runs for 12 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I mean, it's still that. I mean, that's a big team. I honestly think that if we do make it to the Super Bowl, that might be who we're facing.
I think so too.
That's the most besides us, that's the most physical team in this league.
Easily.
From what I can see.
Easily, the next to us, the most physical team in the league. Easily, I saw some plays where our O line was basically rolling backwards, and they may have not gotten a tackle in the backfield or a sack or anything like that, but our O line was like falling out, rolling backwards, and you never see that.
Oh yeah, I know. I noticed that, man. I started getting a little scared, especially on that last drive, because we had a lot of time to kill, and I knew what they were trying to do, and I was afraid they were going to get around the edge on one of those and maybe get the ball out of Lamar's hands. Man, that was the most stressful Ravens game of the year for sure.
Definitely, I agree.
And, yes, for sure. These last 7 weeks we've been pretty lucky to have some blowout games, but that's not how it's going to be in the playoffs, man. Not for the most part. I don't think so.
Let me ask your opinion. Before when we were 2-2 and we knew we had this tough stretch coming, realistically, what did you think would be like our record coming out of this tough stretch?
Man, I figured if we came out of this whole season with 10 wins, that we would be doing really well, man, really well. But the moves that they made, I think it was after week 6, bringing in LJ Fort and Bynes and Jihad Ward, and then bringing in Marcus Peters, that just like rejuvenated our defense completely, man.
Definitely.
Turn this team into a completely different team, man. It's just, and then that along with everybody jumping on like the Lamar and Mark Ingram, hype train, and really believing in this team, man. They are an actual head to toe team. They all want the same thing.
Yeah.
You get that rarely in the NFL, for real.
And even though Lamar's getting most of the hype, he doesn't look to be an eye guy.
Yeah.
He does not seem to be a selfish kid. He seems to be almost the perfect teammate.
He is, man. He's basically like how Tom Brady has always been his entire career. Not trying to be Tom Brady sometimes does try to be the star, the hit dude, but you don't see that. You don't see that from Lamar. He just wants to win, and that's it. He's the most humble dude I've ever seen play quarterback in the NFL.
To be as blessed as he is, talented wise, he is extremely, extremely humble. Even when he when he juked the guy and made him turn his ankle, whatever. Most people gonna kind of run back out there and laugh and look at him or do something. Yep. He just hands the ball to the referee and next play.
Yep. Even when he got hit out the sideline, it wasn't a late hit. I'm glad they didn't call it a late hit because I don't want us winning by some ridiculous calls by the refs. But It was close to being a late hit. But even after that, you saw him calm down Harbaugh. That shows you what kind of player he is. He's not the type. He's even keel all the time, and it helps him out in so many situations because he's able to stay calm. The moment never captures him. He's never like captive of the moment. It doesn't get too big and he gets like a deer in headlights. That doesn't happen to him, and it's amazing, man. That's probably the A1 like attribute that you have to have as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
That even keelness is something that you can't really coach. You either have it or you don't. And the fact that he told Harbaugh like chill, like we good, just chill. And because I don't know if you do know, but a coach can kind of turn referees against you. You constantly complaining, constantly bickering, constantly begging for calls. The referee kind of won't give you those bang bang calls. Them calls all start going against you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you get ticky tacky with them, then they're not going to show you. They're just going to write you off on that. But I've been watching this team since 2000 season. That's when I became a Ravens fan. I was like 12 years old, something like that. But chat, man. And this is a big game, a huge game for us. I just hope that we can go into Buffalo next week and bring the same amount of strength, and maybe our defense tighten up a little bit. Maybe Marcus Peters decide that he actually wants to tackle a little bit.
Stop making those business decisions. But I mentioned Peters earlier. I still don't think it's all Peters, because when they run outside zone and stuff like that to the edge, the linebackers got to show up when they decide to pop out. The D line's probably going to be neutralized because they're trying to hook and turn people. But when the running back decides to pop out, the linebackers have to be there to hit the running back in the mouth. And what scares me is because what San Francisco did is similar to what Cleveland did when they beat us. Those edge runs.
Outside runs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that kind of scared me.
Ferguson got burnt over and over on them, over and over and over.
Yeah. So we got to, and I think when we did start stopping that, Pernell McPhee was still there at the time. So Ferguson's gonna have to, tighten it up. And I don't know if it's technique or whatever it is, but he's got to tighten it up and set the edge and make people go between the tackles. But between the tackles, we're good. Between the tackles, we are good with Pierce and Williams and whatever, like Fort or Ward. I mean, not Ward. Fort and Vines.
Pecco.
And Pecco too. I forgot about Pecco. Pecco's came in and done a good job. That's one of those pickups that we failed to mention. Pecco.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yep. So DeCosta could be the MVP of this team too.
Really, he could be, man. You think about all of these no-name players. I'd never heard of one of them. Yes, I'd heard of Josh Bynes because he played for us before. I'd heard of Jihad Board too because he was a high draft pick, I think, for the Raiders. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy that he was able to find these ultimately talented players that could fit into our system, like plug and play like that. It's pretty crazy, man.
Selfless guys too. Selfless guys.
Yeah.
And think about this: we don't have one of the better players on our team playing. That's on IR.
Yeah.
That's Tavon.
I know, man.
So he got a good set of guys there, and I think, barring something crazy happening, we're good. We're in for an interesting postseason run.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can go pretty far. I think it'll be a good playoff year for us. I think it will be.
We built to play inside or outside, and like I told somebody earlier, what we do good travels. The weather doesn't affect what we do good. We run the ball and play defense.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I called in and got to talk to you, man. I watch all the time, and I'll be in touch, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
All right.
Big time.
You have a good night.
You too.
Later, man.
So we had another call in. Oh, let me turn that down. Sorry. So that was a great call. I love when you guys call in and get your points out. Because, again, you always tune in and I'm talking. You always tune in and Ravens talking. Sonny's talking. Joe Nubo's talking. DT's talking. Who else? What's the B words talking? This is your chance to get it off your chest. And we're going to try to do this, after every game. Hopefully they all wins. And, we come here and we vent and get it off our chest and sip our purple Kool-Aid. But, again, this is Coach Evans. This is Sip the Talent presents Ravens Roundup. A big victory versus the 10-1 Niners. Now they're 10-2. And I'm going to go check out the rest of these afternoon games and get a little bite to eat. See you guys Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we out.